Canada did not become Canada by chance. Every part of this country, the peaceful cities, the powerful economy, the multicultural identity, all came from one hidden truth that most people never learn in school. And if you understand this one truth, you will understand exactly why Canada still needs immigrants today, and why you might be more important to Canada's future than you imagine. Because this country was not built by one group. It was not built by one language. It was not built by one culture. Canada was built by waves of people, arriving, working, settling, and building something bigger than themselves. Today, I'm going to show you the real story, the story that explains everything, from Indigenous nations, to the French and the English, to the railway builders, to the modern express entry candidate. This is the story they never teach in school. Let's begin. Let's go back thousands of years. Long before Canada had provinces, long before it had borders, long before anyone called it Canada, this land was alive. Indigenous nations lived across the entire territory, millions of people organized into complex societies. They had governments, trade routes, spiritual systems, and unique languages. They moved with the seasons, they built permanent communities, and they created some of the earliest economies in North America. When we talk about newcomers arriving in Canada today, it is easy to think immigration is something modern. But the truth is, movement has always shaped this land. Indigenous nations traded across thousands of kilometers, from the Arctic to the Atlantic. People exchanged tools, food, stories, and knowledge. Many groups moved, adapted, and settled in new regions. This movement created diversity long before Europeans arrived. And this is the important connection to immigration today. Canada's identity, the idea of many different peoples sharing one land, did not begin in 1971 when multiculturalism became official. It began thousands of years ago. This early history taught one clear lesson. When new groups arrive, the land changes, and the community becomes stronger. So when you see Canada welcoming students, workers, families, refugees, and skilled immigrants today, it is not a modern accident. It is the continuation of something very old, a land shaped by different peoples living together. Now we jump to the 1500s and 1600s. The French arrived first and built settlements along the St. Lawrence River. They brought farmers, soldiers, priests, fur traders, fishermen, ordinary people trying to build new lives. They created Quebec and the early French-Canadian identity. Then the English arrived. They built their own settlements, ports, and trading posts. They brought merchants, sailors, workers, and explorers. Suddenly, one land had two completely different cultures living side by side, different languages, different religions, different legal systems, different traditions. There were conflicts, there were alliances, there were wars, there were marriages, there was trade and cooperation. Canada learned something very important during this period. A country can survive and even grow with more than one dominant culture. Diversity might create challenges, but it also creates strength. This is why modern Canada is bilingual. This is why Quebec has its own immigration programs. This is why provinces today share immigration powers with the federal government. Canada had to manage cultural diversity from the beginning, and the same model is used today to welcome newcomers from every part of the world. The French and English didn't just build towns. They built Canada's habit of managing difference, negotiating identity, and blending cultures. And that mindset continues today every time Canada opens a new immigration stream, or launches a new pilot, or invites people from different backgrounds to settle. Fast forward to 1867, the birth of Canada as a country. But immediately, Canada faced a massive problem. It was huge and almost empty. Millions of square kilometers, endless forests, harsh winters, massive coastlines, but very few people to work the land or build the economy. Canada understood something quickly. We cannot survive without more people. We need population to grow. We need workers to build. We need families to fill the land. So Canada launched one of the most aggressive immigration campaigns in the world. They invited farmers from Europe. They brought workers from China to build the railways, a project that connected the entire country from east to west. They invited Ukrainians, Germans, Scandinavians, Italians, Irish, Scots, anyone who could grow food, build communities, or support the economy. Canada even gave free land in the prairies just to attract newcomers. People often think Canada's welcoming spirit is kindness. But here is the truth. Canada welcomed immigrants because the country could not survive without them. And this same thinking continues today. Canada's economy still depends on newcomers. Its population still grows because of immigrants. Its future still relies on people who come from somewhere else, just like the past. Now we move to one of the biggest turning points in Canadian history, 1967. Before this year, Canada mostly accepted immigrants from Europe. But in 1967, something revolutionary happened. Canada created the world's first points-based immigration system. Instead of asking, "Where are you from?" Canada began asking, "What can you contribute?" They measured immigrants based on education, work experience, language, adaptability, skills, potential. This changed everything. Suddenly, people from Asia, Africa, the Caribbean, the Middle East, and South America began to enter Canada in large numbers. Doctors, teachers, engineers, scientists, technicians, and skilled workers arrived. Canada became multicultural, not by accident, but by design. This moment transformed the entire identity of the country. It gave Canada a global workforce. It filled the economy with talent. It turned Canada into a modern immigration powerhouse. Canada still uses the same logic. Choose people based on merit, not nationality. Express entry, PNP, RNIP, AIP, OINP, MNP. All of these systems are descendants of the 1967 point system. Now let's talk about today. Canada looks strong from the outside. Big economy, peaceful cities, high living standard. But underneath that, Canada has a major crisis. Not enough people. The birth rate is one of the lowest in the world, around 1.4. Millions of Canadians are retiring. Hospitals are losing nurses. Construction sites are losing workers. Tech companies are losing skilled talent. Factories need labor. Schools need teachers. And without immigration, Canada's economy will shrink. Its population will decline. Its workforce will collapse. Its pension system will fail. So when Canada welcomes immigrants today, it's not charity, it's strategy, it's survival. It's the same story repeated over and over for hundreds of years. Immigrants built the old Canada, and immigrants will build the future Canada. And if you are planning your Canadian journey, you are part of that story. So now you know the real truth. Canada's history is not a story of one culture. It's a story of many. A story of movement, survival, growth, and renewal. And that same history explains why Canada still needs newcomers, why it invests in immigration, and why people like you are so important to its future. If you want more straight, simple, powerful videos that explain Canada clearly, with real history, real facts, and real immigration guidance, subscribe now. Your Canadian journey begins with understanding, and I'll be here every week to guide you through it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.